Oun Abbas Hussain here with Frank Warren. Frank, we're here at the Copper Box after a big night of boxing. Let's go to the top of the card. Anthony Yarde in destructive form against Lyndon Arthur in that rematch. Just talk to me about that. The whole crowd was just jumping. The atmosphere was electric.
It was an electric fight. I knew this time round that's what it would be, and that's how it turned out to be, because there was so much at stake. And they'd learnt, both of them had learnt from the last fight about each other. And I thought he got his tactics right, Anthony, and he was a man on a mission. And you could see where Lyndon was coming from. He was trying to smother his work and basically keep him in close, hoping that it gets into the later rounds and he could start coming on himself. But it just didn't happen. One thing about Anthony Yarde is he's a devastating finisher. If he gets you in trouble, you are in trouble.
I think you said it before as well. He's probably one of the best finishers.
He is. No doubt about that. He is. He's phenomenal.
What was different from Anthony Yarde in that first fight compared to Anthony Yarde in this fight? We know there was a lot of stuff that he had in his.
From Anthony Yarde's perspective, I think the fact that he didn't vary anything he'd done from round 1 till about round 11. He was just basically loading up, trying to catch him and following him around the ring rather than doing what he did tonight, which was a load of head movement and cutting him off and letting his shots go. He wasn't letting the shots go in that fight. I'm not going to take anything away from Lyndon Arthur in the first fight because he fought a good fight. It was a very close fight, but he fought a good fight and he got his jab going. And he worked off that jab, and it was great. And he had an impediment in that first fight, which he said was his right hand. His right hand was good tonight, but he just didn't get it off.
In the crowd, we had Dan Aziz, British champion, also Joshua Buatsi, who I spoke to. I asked Joshua, I go, listen, what's next? Why can't you get into the ring with these guys? He goes, let's make it happen, let's do it. What do you want to say in regards to that?
Do it now. Yeah, no problem with that one. No problem with that at all.
In regards to Lyndon Arthur, what's next for him? What's going to be the?
Well, he's got, I'm quite sure he'll want to rest up, and we'll have a chat in the new year, see what he wants to do.
Let's talk about the co-main. Another great fight, Hamzah Sheeraz, Bradley Skeete.
Yeah.
I spoke to Hamzah just after the fight, and he said, you know what, Bradley was old aging me at times.
I said he's going to. Before the fight, I said, listen, he's going to old man you. I saw, when we done our interviews with you guys, I said, one thing he's got is a lot of experience. He's stopped more people than Hamzah's had fights, but that's why it was such a good fight for him. That's like having 5 wins tonight. Finding somebody like Bradley who makes him think, and he was. There was times when he was not doing what he should be doing. He was following him around the ring, loading up, looking for big shots instead of cutting down the ring and letting his jab go more. He just wasn't doing that. But eventually, when he got his rhythm and he let his shots go, you knew what was going to happen.
Interesting. What's next for Hamzah then? Because he is building up slowly, but he is also one of the faces of BT when we look at him.
He's one of our guys, isn't he? He's one of our stars, and I've always bought a lot of him from day one, and I think that we need to make him next time another meaningful fight, another learning fight, which will be his 15th fight. And he's still a baby.
It was a great card all round. I do want to talk about George Fox. For in a very tough fight.
It was a tough fight, but he made it a tough fight. He's a big man. He should be using his physical attributes. He should be using his jab, letting his shots go, and he wasn't doing that. He was letting the other guy get his shots off, and he wasn't replying. Look, he's only had his 5th fight, so you better learn from it. You've got to learn from that. If he can't learn from that, then he's going to have a problem in the future. I was disappointed with his performance. He could and should do much better than that.
Cool. Just talking about heavyweights, just a quick one away from yourself. Any news on Tyson Fury and what's next for him?
Tyson, we're still all up in the air at the moment. There's a few things going on behind the scenes, which is really not worth commenting on because we've got a way to go yet. But obviously, as we said to everybody, the fight that we all want to see is Tyson against Usyk, and that's what we're trying to work on between all of us to try and get over the line.
And what does that mean for Anthony Joshua then?
Well, he'd have to step aside. I mean, he's the one who's going to have to. If he agrees to step aside, then we're pretty much there.
Cool. Frank Warren, I need to score. Great night. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And have a good Christmas and a New Year.
And to you, my friend.
Thank you very much. You take care.
And all the viewers.